You know that moment when you open your investment account and the number finally has 6 digits? Not $10,000, not $50,000, but $100,000. For most people, that moment feels almost surreal. The same way stepping onto an airplane suddenly makes you realize you're actually leaving the ground. One day, your balance shows $98,000, then $99,200. And then suddenly, there it is. 6 figures. And the strange thing is, nothing about your daily life really changes. You're still buying the same groceries, driving the same car, living in the same place. But something inside your brain shifts completely. Because crossing your first $100,000 isn't just another financial milestone. It's the moment when money starts behaving differently. And once you understand why that happens, you start to see wealth building in a completely different way. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why some people seem to quietly build wealth while others work hard for decades and never seem to get ahead. If you're someone who wants to understand how money actually works, instead of relying on financial myths, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it ends up changing how you think about wealth. Now, before we dive into why the first $100,000 is so powerful, let me ask you something. When you think about becoming wealthy, what number comes to mind? Maybe you picture becoming a millionaire. Maybe you think you need several $1 million before life starts feeling financially secure. Social media certainly reinforces that idea. Everywhere you look, people are talking about 7-figure portfolios, luxury lifestyles, and early retirement in their 30s. But here's something that might surprise you. For most people, the hardest part of building wealth isn't becoming a millionaire. It's getting to the first $100,000. In fact, one of the most famous investors in history, Charlie Munger, once said something that perfectly captures this idea. He explained that the first $100,000 is a nightmare, but you have to do everything you can to get there. And once you understand why he said that, the entire wealth building process starts to make a lot more sense. Think about building wealth like pushing a massive flywheel. At the beginning, the wheel barely moves. You're pushing with everything you've got, but it feels like nothing is happening. Every dollar you save feels small. Every investment gain feels insignificant. You save $500, then maybe $1,000, then a few thousand. And the progress feels painfully slow. But something interesting happens as the wheel starts to gain momentum. Each push begins to move it a little more easily. And eventually, the wheel starts turning on its own. That's exactly what happens when you reach $100,000. Before that point, almost all of your wealth growth comes from your effort. After that point, a growing portion starts coming from your money itself. And this is where the math gets really interesting. Let's say your investments grow at an average rate of 8% per year, which is roughly what the stock market has delivered over long periods of time. When you have $10,000 invested, an 8% return earns you $800 per year. Nice, but not exactly life-changing. When you have $50,000 invested, that same return earns you $4,000 per year. Now we're starting to notice something. But when you reach $100,000, that same 8% return produces $8,000 per year. Without you working any extra hours, without getting a raise, without starting another side hustle, your money simply grew. And that's the moment when wealth building starts to feel real. Because for the first time, your investments begin producing returns that are large enough to actually matter. But the most fascinating part of the $100,000 milestone isn't the math. It's what happens inside your brain. When people have little or no savings, their financial decisions are driven almost entirely by scarcity. Every purchase requires mental calculations. Can I afford this? Will this mess up my budget? What happens if something goes wrong? Your brain is constantly running worst-case scenarios because the margin for error is extremely small. A surprise $1,200 car repair isn't just annoying. It's a financial emergency. And when your brain is operating in this constant survival mode, it becomes incredibly difficult to think long-term. Instead of asking, how do I grow my wealth? You're asking, how do I survive this month? But something remarkable happens when you cross the $100,000 mark. You finally have enough financial breathing room for your brain to shift from survival thinking to strategic thinking. Suddenly, money stops feeling fragile. You stop obsessing over every tiny expense and start focusing on the decisions that actually move the needle. Where you live, what career you pursue, how much you invest. The mental energy that used to be spent worrying about money becomes available for using money more intelligently. And that shift alone can completely transform your financial trajectory. There's also another effect that most people never talk about. Once you reach $100,000, compound interest starts getting noticeable. Up until this point, compounding mostly feels theoretical. People talk about it constantly in finance books. But when you only have a few thousand invested, the growth feels slow and unimpressive. But once your portfolio hits six figures, something changes. The numbers start getting bigger. Imagine someone investing $1,000 per month. If they start from zero and earn 8% annually, it takes about 6 years to reach $100,000. 6 years of discipline, 6 years of saving consistently, 6 years of saying no to things in order to invest. But here's the part that surprises most people. The next $100,000 doesn't take another 6 years, because now your existing investments are helping. Your portfolio might be generating $8,000 per year on its own. That means your monthly contributions plus your investment returns are working together to accelerate growth. And once your investments reach $200,000 or $300,000, the acceleration becomes even more dramatic. Eventually, your investments may grow by tens of thousands of dollars per year. And at that point, something strange starts happening. You might notice that your investment gains in a single year exceed what you saved through your job. That's the moment when people realize they've crossed an invisible line. Instead of working for money, money has started working for them. But here's the part that's easy to overlook. Reaching $100,000 isn't just about accumulating money. It's about becoming the kind of person who can accumulate money. Think about what it actually takes to reach 6 figures in savings. Unless someone inherited money or had an unusually high income, getting there requires a very specific set of habits. You have to learn how to control spending. You have to consistently save money even when it feels inconvenient. You have to ignore the constant pressure to upgrade your lifestyle every time your income increases. And perhaps most importantly, you have to stay consistent long enough for those habits to compound. By the time someone reaches $100,000, they've usually spent years practicing these behaviors. And that identity shift is incredibly powerful, because once you become someone who saves and invests consistently, continuing to build wealth becomes dramatically easier. You're no longer forcing yourself to save. It's simply part of who you are. Now let's talk about something that often surprises people when they hit this milestone. Their relationship with risk changes. When you have no savings, risk feels terrifying. Changing careers feels dangerous. Starting a business feels impossible. Even negotiating a salary raise can feel stressful because losing your job would be catastrophic. But when you have $100,000 invested, the dynamic shifts. You're no longer one emergency away from financial disaster. You have options. You can explore new opportunities without the same level of fear. You can take calculated risks that might increase your income or improve your life. And ironically, this increased willingness to take smart risks often leads to even faster wealth growth. There's also a confidence effect that's hard to measure but impossible to ignore. People who reach 6-figure savings tend to carry themselves differently. They negotiate differently. They make decisions with more patience because they know they're not financially desperate. And that subtle shift in behavior can open doors that would otherwise stay closed. But there's a mistake that many people make right after reaching this milestone. They treat the $100,000 as a reward. They decide it's finally time to upgrade everything. A bigger apartment, a new luxury car, more expensive vacations. And suddenly, the habits that help them build wealth begin working in reverse. Instead of continuing to invest, the money starts flowing toward lifestyle upgrades. Financially, this is one of the most dangerous moments in the entire wealth building process. Because the difference between someone who stops at $100,000 and someone who eventually reaches $1 million often comes down to what they do next. If that $100,000 stays invested and continues compounding, it becomes the engine that powers future growth. But if it gets spent on depreciating assets and lifestyle inflation, the momentum disappears. Think of it like planting a tree. The first few years require patience and constant care. You water it, protect it, give it time to grow. Eventually, it becomes strong enough to grow almost effortlessly. But if you cut it down the moment it starts producing fruit, you never get to experience what it could have become. The $100,000 milestone is that tree beginning to bear fruit. And the people who understand this tend to do something simple but powerful. They keep going. They continue investing. They continue allowing their wealth to compound. And over time, the process that once felt painfully slow begins accelerating in ways that feel almost unbelievable. Because the real secret of wealth building isn't some complicated investment strategy. It's patience, it's consistency, and it's understanding that the most difficult part of the journey is simply reaching the point where compounding can finally start working in your favor. The first $100,000 might feel impossibly far away. But once you reach it, something remarkable happens. The same force that made the journey difficult at the beginning becomes the force that makes it easier going forward. And that's why so many experienced investors repeat the same advice again and again. Focus on the first 6 figures, because once you get there, the game changes. Not overnight, not magically, but in a quiet, powerful way that continues building momentum year after year. And one day you might open your investment account again, see a number you never thought possible, and realize that everything started with the decision to build that first $100,000.